Hello Weekend Crafter! Welcome back to the Craft Time Studio. I'm Ange, your Weekend Crafter, and for this weekend, I wanted to review this polymer clay that I bought from Japan. It's a Daiso brand, but that means actually that it's equivalent to your Dollar Tree store. So it's about $1 each, but I wanted to also check out how it is to blend these colors together. I basically got almost all the colors that you can see here. And then I also will compare pricing versus the Sculpey brand. So let's just show this briefly. This one is 30 grams for almost $1, and this one is 57 grams. So I don't know how much this costs right now, but before, when it was not on sale, it used to, cost around $2. I don't know, right now I'll have to check and I'll post something just to clarify the price of this one. So later on, I'll show you how I mix these up, how bendable it is, how easy it is to bake, etc. So I hope you do stick around. And if you haven't yet, I hope that you consider liking and subscribing to the Craft Time Studio and turning on that notification bell so that you get notified whenever I have new videos. Let's go!
These were all the colors that were available in the Daiso store that I visited. The only colors that I didn't get were black and brown. Of course, before anything, make sure you read the instructions on how to handle the clay. Right off the bat, I noticed that there were no instructions on how to bake the clay, which is really weird because it's one of the most important things to have on the instructions label. Now I'm going to try to make a floral slab using only Daiso brand clay. Make sure you clean your mat first before you begin. First, I got some of the white clay. My initial observation was how soft and sticky the clay was. In my mind, I was thinking that it might be a little challenging to work with something so soft. Next, I got some green clay and tried to see how the colors mixed together. In the beginning, I tried to pass it through the pasta roller. As I've mentioned, the clay was so sticky that it would stick around the roller. I quickly gave up on that idea and just blended the colors with my fingers. Because the clay was so soft, I thought that this might not be hard to do, and I was right. It was pretty easy to mix the colors, which is a plus point. Then, to flatten it, I just used my manual roller. Next, I go through the other colors that I want to work with to make my slab. A positive comment that I have on this clay brand is that it has such beautiful muted pastel colors. Plus, it almost had a translucent quality to it. It's very easy on the eyes. Now, to roll out the slab, I just use some popsicle sticks as my roller guide. I rolled out each of the pastel colors and attempted to punch the shapes that I needed. I used a leaf cutter that I got from one of my clay friends. I also used the green to roll out some coils for the stem of the leaves. I rolled out the pastel violet clay and punched some flowers. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm struggling with the clay because it keeps on sticking to the clay mat. It's also not that easy to punch the shapes because the clay for some reason has some springiness to it, and my cutters can't get through it. Then, to make light pink, I mixed some red to my white. And then I just continue filling in the flowers for my floral slab. While it looks like it was easy to make, and of course I sped the process through the magic of editing, the clay really gave me a very hard time. Even when I finished the slab and I was going to make the cuts for the earrings, I still couldn't cut neatly because the clay was like rubber at this point. So as you can see, I am just using my cutter as a guide and I went around the shape with a tissue blade. The clay wasn't hard to texture, which was another good thing about it. I used my detail needle to add some dimension to the petals. Then I made holes for where I would put the findings. I baked this just using my regular baking setup, and thankfully it did not burn, but it did a very weird thing which I have never seen any polymer clay do. It rose up like bread. So right now, it looks like I made pillow earrings. The colors baked nicely, but for the life of me, I can't figure out why it puffs up when it's baked. The backs also look horrible and lumpy. I've worked with so many clay brands before, like Scalpi, Fimo, Keto, and Nara, and I have never experienced this. And while it looks good in my pictures, it really does have a weird puffed look. Plus, the clay starts drying out after about 30 minutes of use, which is why you are advised to reseal the packaging so that the clay doesn't dry out. Overall, sadly, I considered this as a failed experiment. I will still try to see what I can do with this brand of clay because, as you all know, I hate to waste things. But I can't see myself ever buying this brand again. Sorry, Daiso Polymer Clay, it's a no for me. I hope you learned something from this, and if you haven't yet, I hope that you consider liking and subscribing to the Craft Time Studio. Have a crafty weekend. Bye!